Hello, my name is Ishsani, and me and my team will be talking about whether it's beneficial for minorities to stick together in the workplace. And me being a minority, I'm very sensitive to this topic, and I feel like I have a pretty good sense of knowledge on what it really feels like to be a minority in the workplace. And a lot of the research I did to show reasons why they might do it really resonated with me because I kind of was able to put research that was done and back it up to reasons why I used to feel that way. So, it kind of, can break it down into three main reasons. Minorities like to stick together because they feel like minorities understand where they come from, their lifestyle, culture, and all of that. Two would be the struggle that minorities go through to, either it is like them coming to the States, women in the workplace. Other women would understand what, the struggle is for another woman to go through. And, same with me being Indian, other Indians might go through when they come from, let's say, India or whatever. Even if they're born here, the struggles they might go through in the workplace. So, and the last but not least would be, with groups naturally always forming in the workplace, it's natural that people who are like you are going to be the people you form a group with. So when you look at the struggle, or let's say the struggle, I would say that with minorities, when they know what it feels like to be looked down upon, let's say, if that's an issue in a workplace, or not see many of your own type in the workplace. And I think that what it really does for minorities is if they see that other people know what they're going through, they don't have to feel uncomfortable about being themselves around these other people who are minorities in the workplace as well. They feel that sense of connectivity with each other, which, is very powerful, and it causes them to have this bond together. I think what pushes them away from other people is that non-minorities is that they don't understand the struggles that the minorities are going through. So a good example of that could be that, men have no idea what women go through in the workplace. The struggle they might go about gaining a position, leadership roles, management. I don't think a man could safely say they understand what it feels like for women, how women feel. And I think that's something powerful, which is why women stick together. When you look at that idea of comfortability with or compatibility with each other, with minorities, I know when I see another Indian at work, I'm going to have this connection with them because one, they're already Indian. Two, I feel like I can talk to them about, hey man, how, what do you do to get through these issues that you've had? How do you, and not only that, we have a sense of thinking alike as well because he's Punjabi, I'm Punjabi, and we think alike, we were brought up alike, and it's just something that's very easy for us to kind of form like a connection and kind of go from there. When you also look at groups forming naturally at any scene, especially in the workplace, you see these people every day. It makes sense to find the group of people that you feel like you have the greatest compatibility with, the one you can get the most work done with, the people that understand you the most, and naturally you're going to put yourself in the best position possible. Hence, why these minorities will stick together from day one and try to figure it out. Obviously, with minorities sticking together, there's advantages and disadvantages, and I'm going to pass it over to Oksana, who's going to talk about the different advantages that exist when minorities do stick together in the workplace.
As Ish pointed out, there are many advantages to surrounding oneself with minorities in the workplace. These include, but are not limited to, increased creativity, the creation of new processes, and increased productivity in the workplace. Primarily, when there are so many diverse minds that come together in the workplace, it definitely will foster creativity. Individuals grow up in different lifestyles, and these differences shape the way each individual understands and thinks about the world. Creativity will revolutionize ways to solve problems, which benefits the work environment tremendously. Furthermore, this creativity can inspire innovations of new processes in the firm. Collaboration amongst individuals is key to understanding what is most efficient to the workplace. When there are so many different minorities to share and brainstorm ideas with, it can definitely generate new ways of operating the procedures within the firm. Moreover, increased productivity is another benefit of surrounding oneself with other minorities in the workplace. Currently, the U.S. is outsourcing many of their procedures to foreign nations. The reason for this is because they find it way more efficient, more cost efficient, and a lot faster than performing these procedures in-house. Clearly, the United States sees that foreign workers are definitely a benefit to their company because it is quicker, more efficient, and not as costly. And in an interview with Raman Fakori, the managing and founding partner of Fakori Law Group, Mr. Fakori confirms the various advantages of surrounding oneself with minorities in the workplace. He states, "For the work we do, having a well-balanced staff helps us understand our clients and the world better. When you have a diversified staff, it also, I think, engenders more creativity, more cultural awareness, and customer service. I think it helps with understanding the rest of the world or your client base. So I think it is an advantage." Mr. Fakori is a very successful businessman, and he obviously believes that having minorities in his firm definitely benefits his company. Overall, there are many advantages to surrounding oneself with minorities in the workplace, but there are also some disadvantages. Kyle will discuss these disadvantages further.
Thanks, Oksana. Although there are many reasons why minorities tend to stick together in the workplace, there are also some disadvantages of them doing this as well. One disadvantage of surrounding yourself with other minorities is that you don't learn from all types of different people. According to Ruth Mayhew, employees learn from their coworkers who have different working styles and attitude toward work from their own. When you learn how people feel about their work, it can really help you better understand them as a person. It can also help you realize that they may do things differently from you on a daily basis. Minorities surrounding themselves with other minorities is bad because it limits the knowledge within the workers. According to Kirby and Burns, having workers that have different backgrounds, qualifications, and experiences is key to having effective problem solving within the organization. They think without having all these different backgrounds, that your organization and your problem solving skills won't be effective because you don't have all these different knowledge coming together to make the best decision for an organization. Having minorities only working with one another makes the company look bad when it is when the company doesn't show good diversity. Ruth Mayhew says that this results in your company not getting as big of a pool of qualified applicants when they choose for new jobs. This can result in the company not being as successful as they should be. If your company isn't as successful as it should be, it can lead to many different things, none of which are really good for any of the employees. It can result in pay cuts. They could be laying workers off, or in the long run, it could potentially cost the company its business and go out of business, and then all the employees lose its job, and no one wants to do that. So it's really not a good thing to do. All of these things that I've just explained are disadvantages of surrounding yourself with only minorities, and that's the reason why your company and the employees should strive to be diverse and spread their part around. Now I'm going to pass on to Wilnardy to talk about the trends of wanting more minorities in the workplace.
Thank you, Kyle. Today, minorities are under a different light. Even though women are still struggling to earn the same wage as males, the increase of minorities in the workplace is a trend that not only impacts minorities' income, but the workplace production and livelihood. Minorities are known to come from a different background than the United States, daily rituals, daily duties, daily language, etc. It's not the same as in the United States. Even business practices are different. Sandra K. Miller and James J. Tucker state in Diversity Trends, Practices, and Challenges in the Financial Service Industry that according to FINRA, Financial Regulatory Authorities, a policy in regards to diversity is FINRA values excellence and recognizes that by embracing the diverse backgrounds, skills, and perspectives of its workforce, it will sustain a competitive advantage and remain an employer of choice. In today's era, women and other minorities are wanted to be in the workplace. Humans are learning that by having a diverse group in their workplace is enabling the gain of new ideas, creativity, innovation, and ways to extend their service globally. From the year of 2007 to 2011, there has been a slight change of minority women in the financial service industry, 21.2% to 22.9%, according to Miller and Tucker. Even with the slight change, Congress and federal agencies have intervened to inquire about the addition of women and minorities. Their aim and protest to gain more inclusive workplace establishments in the U.S. Based on our research, we believe that it is beneficial for minorities to stick in the workplace.